this video I'm gonna explain you how you can manage the build configurations in TeamCity. So in TeamCity everything is defined under the project. So as you can see, I have created these projects in TeamCity, and to configure the builds for this project you have to click on edit project settings, and then on the general settings page you will see these buttons, create build configurations and create build configuration from URL, and it also displays the existing configurations, build configurations that are available in this project. So I'm gonna explain you sample configuration. So all these settings are available for each build configuration. So first is general settings. In here you have to give the name of the build. Build ID is automatically created by TeamCity, but you can definitely change it if you want. Then you have to give it the build number format. So build number format is nothing but let me explain you what build number format is. So as you can see, it is just build.counter. That means each time I run the build, it will create the counter like this 12, 13, 14, 16 like that. So for example, when I have run this build 12 times, and each time the build counter is incremented. So that's how I have configured this build counter or build number format. And you can also reset it from over here. You can also give the artifact path, like over here. Artifact path means what kind of generated files you want to store out of the build, and you can give the build options over here. Like if you want to enable hanging build detection, you can check this checkbox. Then allow triggering personal builds, check this checkbox. Enable status widget, check this checkbox, and you can save this. So next setting is like version control settings. In version control settings you have to specify the like which repository or the VCS root you want to use for this build. So from this particular repository or VCS root, the resources or the source files will be checked out, and then build will be run on those particular files. And here there are more advanced checkout options, like VCS checkout mode. You can have automatically on server, automatically on agent, then checkout directory. So it is by default TeamCity manages where it wants to check out that particular repository. Then clean build, clean all files in the checkout directory before the build. You can click this checkbox if you want to clean all the files in the checkout directory. So that's all about this VCS version control settings. Then build steps. In here you can give one or more build steps. Most of the times TeamCity detects what kind of build steps will be required for the given project. It just looks at the type of the project and then auto detects the build steps, but you can definitely like add manually any build step by clicking on this button, and then you can choose any of the runners like .NET, Maven, Gradle, PowerShell, Rake, Visual Studio Tests, etc. And then for each runner there are different settings available over there. The next important settings for build is triggers. So here you can manage like what kind of triggers should be used to launch this particular build. So if you don't have any triggers, you can manually run it run the build by clicking on this run button, or from the main dashboard page you can also run any build. Say for example in this Maven project, if you want to run this build, you can click on this run button, or you can also click on this 3 dots to run customized build. And you can add new triggers by clicking on this button, and there are different types of triggers like VCS trigger, schedule trigger, finish build trigger, etc. Out of that, schedule trigger is very popular, and VCS trigger as well. In the schedule trigger, what happens is we specify the time at which the build has to be run. For example, in this particular schedule trigger, we have instructed TeamCity to run the build on Sunday at 23 hours, and it is also showing the next scheduled time. Then the failure conditions, like here you can mention like when the build should be marked as failed build. So normally by default the build fails when the build process exits code is not 0, then at least one of the tests is failed and out of the memory or the crash is detected. but you can also add the customized failure conditions. For example, you can fail the build if specific text is found in the build log, or you can also fail the build on the metric change. For example, artifact size is more than a specified size, then you can also fail the build. Or there are a lot of other attributes you can choose from, and then fail the build accordingly. And these are the more important settings for any build configurations in TeamCity. And here you can also specify agent requirements, like what kind of agent is required to run this particular build. And it also shows the compatible agents and incompatible agents. So that's all about build configurations in TeamCity. If you like this video, hit like button.